Welcome, everybody. Welcome. We are back with more Survival of the Free. This is our last prologue, I believe. We may get another character in here, and if so, we'll do another. But for right now, as far as I know, we're on our final character, who is Tobias Jones.
Best for last.
Best for last. I think it's kind of one of the more exciting ones. It's definitely going to be different than the others that we've had so far. So tell me about Tobias. Give me a little quick rundown on who he is.
Oh, well, Tobias is exactly what you would expect from a Corellian-born human. He's cocky, sure of himself, great behind the stick of a starfighter, transport, vehicle, anything that moves, he can do it. He can fly anything.
I haven't heard that before.
No, you have not.
Oh, all right.
Um,
Okay, and
but
he's an Imperial pilot, right?
he is. Yep. So he sort of drank the Imperial Kool-Aid, I guess, back yeah, back when it started forming. He got all excited about the Empire and stuff, and he bought into it all, so he joined up.
Okay, so he wasn't a Clone Wars pilot.
No, he's a bit younger than that.
Okay.
He's, probably 25.
Okay.
Um, but he didn't fly during the Clone Wars. He was around, obviously, for it because this is shortly after that. Um, but when the Imperials were recruiting, he definitely signed up for it. Yeah, and then sort of was a natural. So he got selected for the advanced piloting program. So as he started to go into that, did some missions, and then kind of started to see the true face of the imp. Didn't really like what he saw.
Okay. And ran a number of questionable missions, or less than questionable, maybe. They were definitely wrong.
They're really not that questionable. No, he did quite a few, which honestly I don't remember all of them that I picked out. So we can reveal that, I guess, through
Sure.
the game. But no, he definitely did some things that he's wasn't proud of, but it was for the glory of the Empire.
Okay. And
But
so currently you're going to be flying on a mission that's an the aftermath, dealing with the aftermath of a mission you've run previously. So what was the previous mission, and what are the Imperials having you do right now as we start up?
so the previous mission was basically an attack on a supposed rebel installation. Oh, sorry, I just froze up for a second. So
No
the
problem.
previous mission was a bombing run, basically on a rebel installation, but it turned out it was really more of a vendetta for his commander. It was against a civilian target. There was a huge amount of collateral damage.
Okay.
Um, and so there was some huge fallout for it, but the Empire, in their infinite wisdom, is trying to spin it as a lone, crazy guy out on his own, which is actually one of Tobias's wingmen, one of his squad mates. So they're framed for it. So this current mission is to blow up a transport, basically, that this other pilot is on, to sort of try to close all the loose ends on it. And so that's where Tobias is currently at. Do you want to go a little bit farther than that, or
I mean, you're in your
I don't know
interceptor.
when this is gonna.
Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
know when
you're.
this is gonna exactly start. So
Oh,
we're
we are.
starting right now.
Yeah, we are aboard in your interceptor. You are flying toward the ship that this Imperial is on, that you know is being framed for some terrible act that actually you and your squad have done prior to. Um, so, um, yeah, what are your thoughts as you're coming in? Your wingman Zen is right alongside you in his interceptor as well. I'm gonna put him on here. It's gonna be at short
Okay.
range from you.
Well,
And then you've
I,
got
I would
a
imagine.
small squad of ties with you as well. Three ties.
Sweet. Oh, I'm so excited. All right. I would imagine that it wasn't that they weren't briefed on the mission. It was more of a scramble. Um, so they were on there. So, and as they're dropping out of hyperspace, or as they're disembarking, I don't know if interceptors don't have hyperspace, or have
They
hyperspace,
do
do they?
not.
Anyways, Right. So
So
as
you
they're
just launched your
disembarking
mission.
from,
Probably a
yes,
Star
as they're
Destroyer or
launching,
something.
right, as they're launching, the mission data is starting to scroll, and it's like, hey, we need to attack this, rebel transport. It contains the Imperial defector of, I can't guy's name either now, but it contains the Imperial defector who is behind the attack on the civilian block. And so right now Tobias is just processing all this, going, oh, no, wait a minute, no, that's not how it happened. That's he's he's one of our own, and we're just gonna to blow him up to save face here. So he's not really liking what he's seeing,
Okay.
what he's feeling. It just like, and this has been a build up too. This has been mission after mission after mission, and he's just like, you know what, the Empire is not what I thought it was. It's not the glorious Empire to bring order to the galaxy. It's an oppressive tyranny that I think he's had enough of. I mean,
Okay.
I think he's at his tipping point.
All right. Zen, on the other hand, is flying alongside you, and he's trying to encourage you. He's, all right, man. We got to take this guy out, and we'll be clean. We're gonna get away from this. What we did to those civilians down on the planet, Thayer, we can blame it all on this guy, and it's gonna be over. We won't have to worry about it anymore. We won't have to feel guilt anymore. It'll be wrapped up. Um, yeah, the TIE pilots, of course, they're quiet. They're subordinates to you guys, so they're there for
It
cover.
No, it won't be wrapped up, man. We were there. This was our fault. He's our squad mate, man. We've gone through so much with him. We can't just pin this on him.
There were potential rebels, man. We had to take them out. You heard the mission briefing before.
Oh, you both, and we know that's bull crap. You know it was the commander's. Well, you know about his wife. I mean, come on. This is bull crap. Can we really be doing this? He's our own.
Well, we're getting
He
to
didn't do he didn't do anything. You No, man. This ain't right.
well, we're getting into range. I'm turning on my cannons. I'm getting acquiring my lock.
Um. All right. So set this up for me, because there's a planet close by, right?
Yes, the planet Thayer. It's mostly like a grasslandy kind of planet. That's where the last mission you did take took place, where you blew up a bunch of civilians. Um, there's a asteroid ring around the planet. Um, it's not super dense, but I mean they're definitely gonna need to be avoided if somebody go. You have to chase this ship through the asteroids here. Um, but so yeah, that's kind of where you're at. The Star Destroyer you're launched from is kind of on the far side of the planet. It's a ways away. They didn't want to spook this guy and jump right on top of him.
Okay. How far is the asteroid belt?
The asteroid belt is going to be extreme range from you.
Okay. I I don't think we can do this, man. I mean, we got to. I think we just got to let this go. Just say that the ship jumped to hyperspace before we could get to it.
This is our mission, man. We have to do it. I don't see what your problem is. We've already done the hard part. If you had questions about it, you should have backed out when you had the chance before. It's too late now.
We've done too much already.
Well, I need
You
to know,
just I
you got my back or what? I'm going in.
I'm actually at this point going to see if I can. Let's see. I'm gonna make a check here. I'm gonna see if I can. I'm gonna negotiate with him. I think it's a
Okay.
terrible negotiation, but I'm gonna try to negotiate with him, and we'll let the mechanics do the talking to see if I can talk him out of this.
All right, let me see.
Um,
It's thought you might. He's gonna be you're gonna be combating with his discipline, which is one yellow, one green. So
okay.
that'll translate to one purple and one black. Um, I'm also going to add in a red die due to you're telling him to go against his orders, against everything that he's been working for, and everything that he's been striving towards. Um, I mean, it's not going to be something he's going to like to hear. Also, we forgot, I'm going to roll we need to roll our destiny pool. So I will, last time this didn't work for me. I don't know why. It worked for, Gil, or Ian. So, let me see if I can roll this or not. All right,
Right, we're
mine
rolling,
worked.
rolling for
So,
destiny.
yeah, so it's that middle die, the white die in the center of your dice pool.
Okay. So am I supposed to sync pool with GM first or just roll
Uh,
destiny?
no, I don't believe you need to. Oh, alright. 2 dark side points. Great. Alright, so there. Because I can force you to update to my pool afterwards.
Oh, you can't. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have a button here that allow me to do that too. So,
Okay.
all right. Well, let
I'm
me
also going
know
to,
when I.
yeah, I'm going to spend a dark side as well since I have it. And upgrade.
You really don't.
I don't. I mean, it's going to make the chase a
I'm
lot
gonna
less
come through with
exciting.
it.
I,
I'm
I
gonna.
know. So that's going to upgrade your black to a purple. So 2 purple, 1 red. Oh,
There was nothing in my. That was a heck of a roll for advantage
all right.
pool for that.
That was pretty good. But I'm guessing it won't be enough. So I'm just going to roll the purple and the red because they didn't get added in there, and then
Yeah, that's.
we'll
Did you
cancel
remember
that
to
manual.
close out of it?
Yeah, I got to click off the. After I add a die, I got to click off to get it to
Yeah.
actually sync. So, all right. Well, it was a great roll. It seemed because there was no difficulty, but nope.
Oh, hey, I failed miserably, but at least I got two advantage or one advantage.
You did get one advantage when that cancels out, but you did fail, and failed pretty
Okay.
hard. So,
So I
what
would
would
at
you like to
least
spend your
like
advantage on?
so as I'm negotiating with him and telling him because like the squad has gone through class together, right? I
Hmm.
mean, it's not just like random people getting thrown together. They're in a unit.
Yeah.
And so as I'm kind of telling him about all this stuff, I'm at least going to give him pause so that his next check is going to get a setback because he's still hesitating. Even though I haven't convinced him, he still has a little bit of hesitation.
Okay. That sounds reasonable. I mean, he's kind of you guys have gone through all this together. I mean, it's not like you're ready to turn on a good friend kind of instantly or anything. But you try to convince him, and he's not having any of it. You you start to sound like you're becoming one of these rebels, uh, and he cuts the comms with you. You can kind of tell because when you've got like an open line, there's a bit of like that static in the background even when somebody's not talking, and then it just goes silent, and the TIE fighters uh, suddenly slam on, and they choreograph turn and flip around at you. But as they speed up, they're going to go into medium range, and he's going to go to medium range as he flips around as well. Um, so, but at the moment, you are still flipped around, and we're going to go ahead and roll our initiative. And this is you're kind of the ones that kind of made this all happen. So, we're going to go everybody is kind of expecting this. Um, well, actually, they'll roll their, what is it?
We don't necessarily all have to roll the same
Intelligence.
initiative
No, that's what I was just
either.
thinking of.
So
I'm just trying to. Oh, that's why I'm not on the right dice pool. Okay, character sheet. So.
and is there an initiative tracker somewhere?
I think there probably is. I wouldn't be surprised. I just don't know what it is. But being that there's only
Okay.
3 people at the moment, it's fine. I think when we
That-
start the group play in a little bit, I'll just throw it on a Word document and keep it up.
Okay. It's It's
So
not like I can switch slots with somebody.
yeah, so you're going to be rolling your cool since you're kind of prepared for that you are going to run, but they got to roll their vigilance because they weren't ready for this.
Oh, hey,
Okay.
look, there's my difficulty now. So that's an excess, 2 success and advantage.
All right. I gotta get to his. Okay, so here's Zen. 2 success. He's a little bit better off than you are. Oh yeah, we didn't clear that pool.
Yeah, no, I ended up with two
Okay,
success and advantage. So
got it. So you
I guess I'm just a
edged him
little
out
bit
with
better.
that advantage to break the tie, and then the
I
ties.
am the better pilot.
The tie. I gave him even though he's kind of not as good of a pilot. I went ahead and gave him an alias kind of pilot name. So I will roll his vigilance, and he will be last.
Fodder.
It took me a
I
while
like
to
it.
think of that one too. All right. So
No, that's good.
you will be first. Zen will be second, or well,
All
I guess
right.
I have PC slot 2 and PC slots.
Yep. Okay. So how fast am I going right now?
Um, Speed and stuff in this game seems to be more abstract, so it's more. You can be going as fast as you need to, but in if it's the movement from range to range that actually is going to
Well,
be the issue.
because
So
there's
you can
also
kind of point
speed
your
will come
vehicle
into.
any direction, but then when
Okay.
you're trying
Well,
to actually change distances, that's when you have to worry about your speed.
right. The reason why I'm asking about speed is because it will come into play in things like trying to navigate the asteroid and trying to
Hmm.
perform maneuvers, as well as some other certain difficulty checks and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just wondering, as we're like, what's my starting speed? Am I starting at max speed? Like, are we hauling butt towards
You're
this
more
torch?
medium speed because you guys were kind of cruising in together, and then you're gonna slam
I'm
on
probably at a
the
3 right now.
accelerators.
Then,
Yeah, because I think the top is
okay.
6. Is that right?
Yep. So I am going to. Uh, yeah. Okay. Hold on. I'm relocating.
Sure.
It's a good thing I have a lap. Good point. We're taking a backwards tour through.
Ooh,
Backwards tour through my house, kind of.
it is kind of cool.
I'm gonna shut the door to my girl's room. And if I had thought that way through, I probably would have been in here to start with. But yeah, who says I'm smart?
I never have.
No, that's for sure. Okay, now I just need to plug in here.
Plug it in. Plug it in.
Okay, this is kind of why I wanted to try to brush up on the rules a little bit. We're gonna have to kind of wing it.
Yeah, that's kind of what we're going with.
Because there's each ship can only get like one.
So for a speed 5 to 6 ship, maneuver to move from from within close range of a target to move from medium range to close range. So it looks like you can go 2. You can go 2 to 3 distance from short. So you can go from engaged to medium. Or because it's technically close, I just didn't want to. That's the only real
sorry,
difference
cut
with
out.
the
I can
range
go
bands.
from
You can go from
right. Well,
engaged to medium in one maneuver. If you want to spend 2
right.
maneuvers, you can go from engaged to long.
Well, that's what I was asking about maneuvers. So I can still do the whole spend a strain and get maneuvers, right?
You can.
To perform the different starship maneuvers, not necessarily changing range bands. Because
Yeah.
what I want to do is punch it.
Okay.
which will take me directly to max speed. And actually, because is it one? Let's see. Punch it is suffer strain for every point between current and max. So I suffer three strain for that.
Okay.
But because of my pilot ability, I can personally take some strain as well. And this thing has no shields either, does it?
Negative.
So I don't have to worry. Oh, of course not. It's a TIE fighter. What am I saying? So I don't have to worry about that.
That's right. Fast and cheap, man. That's what the Empire's all about.
Yep. Okay, so
you're
I can
taking the
only
strain, right?
I'm taking 2 strain because that's where my ability caps out at.
Okay.
And the ship will take 1 strain.
All right.
Are you keeping track of at least that?
I
do
don't
need
have
to-
your character sheet up because if I start making changes and you start making changes, it doesn't sync quite right. So with
Okay, so
changes
that's
to your
one
stuff,
specific
I can change the NPC stuff because you guys aren't in their windows. So
Sure. Okay.
I've had
No, that
issues
makes
with
sense.
that in
I
the
got it.
past.
Yep. All right, I got the strain. So it'll just take me a second to flop back and forth between character sheet and vehicle sheet to kind of do some of this stuff. So that's all I was asking.
Okay.
Alrighty. So I have punched it, and I guess I can't angle the deflector shields, but I am going to so that they're at medium range, right?
They are currently at medium range, yeah. But you can flip around and then punch it with just your.
Where's the planet at?
The planet. So the planet's going to be basically there behind you, and the planet will be in front of you when you flip around.
Right. Okay. So it's right, and right now it's behind me. Then yeah, I'm going to punch it, and I'm going to turn tail and start heading towards the asteroid belt for some
Okay.
cover.
All right. All right. So you're gonna fly up. So if you're punching it, you're gonna be pushing them back to extreme for your turn anyway. So I'll slide them up. Because you're moving 2 range bands, is that right? Or are you going even one more?
I don't
You
know.
can go up to 3 maneuver things so that you're pushing them back to. So we're gonna put you in short. So they're even beyond extreme.
Well, now because it's SpaceX exponential, so it's like 2 maneuvers to go from like extreme to long. I think.
Oh, is it?
I think it's not quite combat. It's scaled out way larger.
All it has on here is that it's 1 maneuver for a speed 5. When you're at speed 5 to 6, it's 1 maneuver from
Oh, you know what? Though?
close to medium.
I'm sorry. You're right. I'm also going really fast. I
Yeah,
didn't think about that.
you're in a really, really
Okay.
fast ship. Now, if you're flying against a big tanker or something like that, yeah, you'd be way gone.
Yeah.
But that was all of your turn, yeah, to punch it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
So they're gonna be flying right behind you. Well, not get right up behind you, but they can fly at max speed as well. Since they already kind of slammed it in to get away from you and then flip around. So they only need to spend the 1 maneuver to go 2 bands, which will put them at long from you. And the ties are going to punch it and get in a little bit closer, but Zen's going to try to. I mean, he's not getting right up in there yet. He gets back on the comm and he's like, Tobias, don't make me do this, man. We've been through too much together.
Yeah. Tell that to the guy on the shuttle. His name I can't remember.
Well, he sounds really important to you. If you're putting our friendship on the line. All right, that was both of their turns. So
You're making me do this.
that was both their turns. We're back to you.
Okay. So how close is the asteroid field now?
The asteroid field, you went the length of. You went 3 bands, 2 bands, 3 bands, 3 bands.
I went from.
The asteroid belt is now short range from you.
Okay. Um, so I am going to actually, I guess. So if I move into short, and then the next step will be in the asteroid field, or if I move one more range band,
Short.
or I'll be right outside of it.
Yeah, so I'll scoot them back so we can kind of keep you more in the center. So, you're where your ship is now from engaged. It's short range from you, so it's the next range band up. So one maneuver is going to put you into short, and
Well,
it's a fairly wide asteroid belt. So you're going to spend a couple turns in there, even at your speed.
well. The difficulty of navigating an asteroid field is based on speed. So do I need to slow down now, or do I need to move and then slow down? Is what I'm trying to figure out.
Well, at speed 5 to 6, you're moving 2 bands with one move, and it's only one
Right.
band away from you. So
You
that
know
is
what,
up to you.
though? Now is not the time for caution. I'm going to barrel straight through the asteroid field. Actually, I'm going to knock it down to just one. I'm going to go down to speed 5 and move through the asteroid field.
All right. So that'll be a piloting check, and
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna have 3 setback by just for it's regularly 2 for a asteroid belt trying to navigate through, but because of the speed you're at, we're gonna go up to 3.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Let me know
go
when
ahead and
it's...
spend that last dark side, and upgrade one of those to a purple. So 1
Okay.
purple, 2 black. We're set.
Okay. I'm going to use that upgrade 1. Let me get back to my right page here. Character sheet. Pilot. So how do I upgrade the check without...
I can just kind of sub it in there. So you're moving one from
as well?
one
So I'm
green
trying to
to a
figure out
purple.
how am I supposed to upgrade my roll?
Um,
I guess I
s-
just
yeah, so
I
you're
guess I
moving a
just upgrade
green
the
to a
rank.
yellow, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I guess I'll just upgrade the rank and
yeah,
then redo
that's
it. All
probably
right,
the
you
easiest
set?
way. Yep.
And because I am such a awesome pilot, I get to remove a setback. So here's the roll.
All right. Well, you're successful in getting through there. You do take a threat, and I'm going to put that to use in. You actually had to slow down a bit, so in order to be successful, you went down to speed 4.
Okay.
So you only moved 1 range band to get in there, but you managed to do it without running into anything, so that's positive.
Yeah.
All right. So you'll be down here again.
To the music.
Shh. Hey, buddy.
You turn it to the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
Because he doesn't want me.
All right, buddy. Go get your jammies. Mom will help you. All right. So it's gonna be Zen's turn, and he's still moving at max speed.
Get undressed, take your clothes off, please.
You are just in there, so he'll be moving 2 range bands, and he's gonna go ahead and take his first shot.
Okay, you can go lay down in mommy and daddy's bed, and you can play your Kindle. Okay?
Just a gunnery roll.
Stop. Come on.
Okay.
Stop. Give me your
Ho.
feet.
Oh.
Here comes the one.
Oh crap!
Yeah, I
I
guess
forgot to add this. Oh, not that it matters.
No.
The handling gives me boost dice, and I forgot.
Oh, okay.
Wait down.
Stand up, please.
Boost dice just for standard pilot checks and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
For flying the ship because it's so agile.
All right. So he fires and he scores a hit. He also got a triumph, so he's going to use that to move in a little bit closer, so we'll scoot you there, just to keep everybody
Your nose goes.
easier to calculate.
The button goes.
Yeah. So he's in the same ship as you. He's in another interceptor, so it has weapons that do 6 damage. However, you have armor of 2, which armor is like the soak. So you're taking 4 whole damage. Night, buddy.
Get your blankie.
Okay, hold on, let me hop over.
No.
Back
No. And
here.
no.
Actually,
Nope.
yeah.
No.
Okay.
Go get your Kindle and get your blankie right there. Step on that.
Shit, I took 4?
Out right now.
Well, what guns on your ships do 6. Your armor's 2.
I only have 6 hull.
I know. Your armor saved you.
Oh my god. I was thinking about turning around and engaging these guys, but
Yeah. And fodder.
all right.
Fodder comes up, and he's gonna try to punch it into the asteroids because he's not as intelligent. And he's gonna have to make his piloting check with. It's gonna be 3 black because he's going so fast. He's also not as good of a pilot.
Who is?
No, well, that's true. And of course I didn't make a little quick thing on his combat section. Alright, here we go. Oh. Alright, so he tries to get into those asteroids, but he can't seem to get around and get into the belt without having to blast sideways and try to find another path in. He thought he had a good straight shot, but an asteroid kind of just rolled in front of him as he went. So he did not get to go as fast as he was trying to.
That's what you get for trying to follow me, fodder.
Mm-hmm. Alright. You're up.
Well, shoot. Considering the amount of damage that I took, I am going to...
You could run. You could try to reason with him again. His quarry is getting away that he's supposed to get.
No, I'm getting the hell out of there.
All right.
That last shot nearly killed me. I'm like, you know what? Screw this. I'm out.
Are you trying to punch it through the asteroid belt?
Yeah, so I'm gonna actually increase my speed by 1. Use my maneuver to increase my speed by 1, and then I guess use my action and downgrade it to a maneuver to continue to fly out.
Alright, so you'll be moving 3 range bands. That'll get you through the asteroid field, if you can make the check.
Okay.
Alright.
Is my difficulty still set?
I'm setting it now, so 3 setback. It's going to be 3 setback and 1 purple, because I'm going to spend this last dark side point I've got. And turn one of those setbacks to a purple. So two black, 1 purple. You do have a destiny point if you choose to use it.
I am not, because my handling does give me an extra 3 blue boost die, so we're just going to roll this.
Wow, sir. Well, you clear that asteroid belt, and you do it in such a way that fodder knows he'll never fly an interceptor. He'll never get in there.
No.
You guys
And I'm just screaming through here. I mean, I'm like I could reach out and like touch the rocks as I'm just dodging and weaving and cutting, and I'm like going sideways, and I'm making that thing dance. It's really a thing of beauty.
I'm sure it is. Alright, there we go. Everybody's set ranges. So everything between you guys right now is the asteroid field. And Zen looks over the situation, and he knows that it's really dangerous to to come in after you. And he knows his quarry's getting away, so he actually turns and he calms you and says, I'll have to let you go for now, but the
And then
Empire,
click,
the
and I
Empire,
shut it off. I
the
shut it
Empire
off.
can't stand for this. And you shut it off in the middle. Nice.
No, I shut off in the middle of him. He's like, I'm gonna have to let you go for now, and I just click.
Fodder,
I ain't having it.
Fodder is not so intelligent, so he's gonna try to fly through again.
Oh, okay.
So I got his upgraded, or his difficulty. Now that you're through the asteroid belt, you could upgrade his roll, his difficulty.
I can?
Yeah. You could spend.
How can I do that?
I think so.
I
I'm not,
um
can you? Or is it only your
I can.
checks?
I think it's
it's-
only.
it's Destiny
Well,
if it's
I
your-
think it's your checks.
You could add a difficulty, just like I can add a difficulty to yours. But let me double check.
I think well, I mean, I can use my advantage and that kind of stuff for that, but
Prescriptions.
What?
Your insurance does cover my prescriptions. I've just been paying out of pocket because I didn't think they did, but
You
I
didn't even check.
huh?
You didn't even check.
Well,
first
the
time?
paying out of pockets, they were only $4
Oh,
each paying out of pocket. But my migraine meds was like $70-something, so I was like, can you run it through insurance and see?
Mhm.
And so it comes up as $13, so I'll just pick them up. And I called his prescription in, so I'll just grab them both on Friday when I go to get all the stuff for things for Easter.
Okay.
So, but I was like, well, that's cool. So, and it only covers preventative, so migraine meds is considered preventative.
Mhm.
So,
Okay. Good. All right. Okay. I had the glossary pulled up, but hang on. I thought I had read somewhere that you can use it to upgrade an enemy's, kind of like.
I'm gonna
upgrading
hang
your
on to it.
Oh, okay.
Even if I could, I'm gonna hang on to it for now.
Okay.
Because I've got plans.
I'll look into it later then. I got plans for this. All right.
got plans.
So he's just rolling that. Ready and go. And he just cannot find an opening. Every time he tries to get in there, he just he nearly hits. It's just near death for him every time. He doesn't want to get crushed, and his threat's going to be a system strain. So you've got a huge lead on these guys. There's an asteroid belt between you.
How wide is this asteroid belt as far as
It's
range band goes?
3 range bands. So it's if you
3 range bands wide. Okay. You know, that's right. You know what? I was gonna, since he can't seem to make it through, I'm just gonna continue to haul ass.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna up my speed by another one, so I'm gonna go from 5 to 6. And yeah, I'm gonna up it from 5 to 6 and continue to head for the planet.
Okay. Well, he's gonna make one final roll just to try to get in there, because he's dumb. He's not very intelligent. And he tries and fails again. The TIE fighter he's in, I don't know if the stick on it, the yoke is just not responsive or what, or maybe his pedals aren't working right. Maybe his visor fogged up. I don't know what it is, but the guy just cannot get in there. So he can't even attempt to navigate it because he can't even enter it. Every time he tries, just failure. So you're so far away from him now. You're getting off scanners, and you've got no pursuit basically at this point.
You cut out. What's that?
You got no pursuit at this point. He's fallen too far behind.
Okay. Yeah, I'm making for the planet then.
All right, so you head in towards the planet. Your computers kind of pick up some different settlements. One kind of seems to have a lot more life signs and stuff. And as you kind of approach, you see like a big field with a bunch of ships that are kind of landed. And so it's not like an official like spaceport. It's kind of like if you drove
Right.
out to like a family farm or something like that. They just park in the grass and do their own thing.
Yeah.
That's kind of
Okay.
like what this spaceport is.
Okay. What I would like to do is when I get to a safe altitude, continue to point the ship to just fly, continue flying, but eject and just let it go,
Oh, okay.
with the intent of it eventually it crashing down.
All right.
Because I mean, really, what the hell am I going to do with an Imperial starship?
Well, if you landed there, you're definitely not going to be well received. I can tell you that much. I mean,
Yeah.
generally speaking. Um, so, okay, so you just hit that eject. Go ahead and give me an athletics roll just to make sure that you can pull your cord and all that kind of stuff. And I mean that seems fairly standard. So we're going to go one black and one purple, just to make sure that you can hit that ripcord. Nothing goes wrong, and you're good.
Oops. Sorry, there was a shit ton of
Oh yeah, all those blues.
take
Um,
all the blue dice from the piloting.
so really,
So take away.
so everything cancels out.
Yeah.
So that it's going to be
Yeah.
a
So it's
failure.
a
You yank on it, and it's not getting. It's just not releasing the canopy, and but so you've already kind of slammed it. Your ship's still rocketing forward. Um, there's a some large hills kind of coming in because you were just going to crash this thing. That was your whole purpose. So now you start kind of
Yep.
getting a little more stressed out. So I'm going to add another black in just to kind of show that.
All right. Well, I'm going to uh, use a point for this,
You need
and
some athletics, man.
I'm a pilot. What do I
I
need
know.
athletics for?
Well, that's true.
Now, so I'm grabbing this thing, and I'm just gonna rifle in that freaking thing and just give it like the hardest time. I'm just gonna be like, no.
Oh man. Well, you've been working out, sir. You cranked on that thing. The canopy goes flying, and you shoot out. You pull the ripcord, and you start falling. Well, not falling, more floating. Towards the ground. So there's the big shipyard with the little town next to it. There's also some homesteads that are kind of more scattered around, and you're going down in your Imperial flight suit. Um, what's where are you headed?
I'm headed out. I'm gonna try to land out like a couple clicks out, and so I have to hoof it. But
Hmm.
that way, I mean, they might see a ship rocket by, but I'm gonna try to like guide myself to where and I come down to where nobody's really seen me come down.
Okay, but like so away from everything or towards some of the small homesteads that are just kind of scattered. I mean
I,
they're far away from the city. They're not like right next door or anything. There's the village
right.
and then a couple clicks from the village because you're way up. So I mean you see, a lot more than.
Sure. I'm heading towards the homesteads, but like I said, I'm gonna try to even set out from the homestead, so I'm not
Okay.
coming right down on top of it.
Okay. Um,
Got a pilot check.
wouldn't you wish? Can I just pilot check for everything? No, no. So I mean, you're
I mean,
you're
I make
floating
that
down.
fine
There's
myself.
not a whole lot to it. It's calm. Uh,
You got the things to,
yeah, it's calm climate. I mean, I'm sure
It's flying a big kite.
you've trained for this before. So, all right, you sit down a ways away from the homesteads. Um, all right, what's your plan once you hit the ground? Actually, give me an athletics roll to see if you take any damage from your fall or if you know how to land this thing. And again, I know you're
I would
probably trained, so we're just gonna go two black.
Well, I would argue then also due to my advanced training and stuff that I probably would have enough skill to get a boost die out of this too. I mean, it's probably standard operating procedure,
If you
right?
had you gotten
It's,
an advantage on your successful ejection, yeah, we totally could. Well, there's your advantage.
whoops.
You got it
Hey,
alongside your
that's not.
failure.
Well, okay. It's not that it matters anyways. It's only supposed to be 2. It's a blank, so.
Oh, 2 green. Well, so you
Yeah,
you
because
rolled an upgraded
I
die.
used it.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, and I still failed.
got it. Great. So yeah, you hit the ground, and rather than having that little like slow like your feet little pitter pattering as you hit, you take a tumble, and it does not look graceful, not at all.
Ugh.
Um,
Ah.
and
Ah.
yeah, so your ankles are kind of hurting. 1 wound, sir. No soak does
Does
not
it
apply.
bypass?
It does bypass soak.
I had to ask. Okay.
All right, so you're down. You got some homesteads
All
between
right.
you and the village. It night's starting to fall. It's starting to. You can see some clouds brewing that it's starting to rain.
Okay. How much do I know about this planet? Do I
Not
need to roll a check for this?
not a whole lot. Uh, hey Gil, I'm gonna mute you for a
'Cause
little bit while we finish this up.
No problem.
Because what I want to know is, do I know if it's something that I don't want to be caught outside at night, or is it basically camping in the woods?
I mean, are you wanting to just hunker down and see if somebody finds you throughout the night, or do you want to keep moving?
If it's getting into night, it's like, well,
I mean,
yeah,
it's
maybe I'll just
evening
hunker
time. It's
down
like
and.
dinner-ish. It's
Oh, okay. So
starting
it's
to not
not.
be
It's
blue
dusk.
anymore. Yeah.
Right. Right. It's dusk then. Well, I guess I'm gonna first spend my advantage, and that doesn't make
Maybe
much sense for the tumble I took, but I'm gonna reduce my strain.
uh,
Actually, no.
you could try seeing if anybody was around while you were falling. You could
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna spend my advantage to see if like how much like observe as I was coming down. Figuring out the
Mhm.
homestead, seeing if people were up looking at me and that kind of stuff. That's what I want to spend my advantage on is
Okay.
see if people notice me or not.
Yeah, you didn't
Um,
see anybody around. I mean, you kind of saw
okay.
some people like working in some more forested areas that were around. But you didn't see anybody like at this homestead that you kind of coming up on.
Okay. All right. Well, first thing I'm gonna do is ditch the suit.
So you're just gonna run
Then,
around in your underoos?
yeah.
All right.
Why not?
I guess that might be less creepy to people than some Imperial pilot.
Yeah. I'm thinking about it now. Because really, if you look at the way that Finn disrobed, it didn't look like he was in his underoos, really. The black underlay that he was
Well, he
wearing
was
under
also a
his
stormtrooper,
armor.
so he wasn't really in like a
Well,
jumpsuit. He was in stormtrooper armor. I mean, it's
well,
kind of like if I went to work, I'm gonna have a shirt on underneath my body armor if I was gonna take
I was
somebody to the
no, you're
hospital
right.
or
I was
something.
thinking it was kind of armor, but it's really not armor.
It's a jumpsuit.
It is a jumpsuit. You know what? There's probably just an insignia on my shoulder, right? I'm
And
just gonna
technically, you
rip
might
the
not even have
insignia
underwear,
off.
because remember, George Lucas said there's no underwear in space.
No, underline state. Yes,
That's
right.
right.
Thank you. I'm just gonna rip the
You don't
insignia
want to be
off,
choked out by
actually,
your
like the
bra,
patch.
sir.
I'm gonna ditch. Like I said, I'm gonna ditch the helmet. I'm gonna probably ditch the pack, that they
Okay.
wear on there,
Yeah, that little
and
chest
then
pack.
yeah, and then I'm guessing there's probably just a patch sewn on that I want to try to rip off
Okay.
or cut off.
All right, sounds
Do I actually
reasonable.
have any tools and stuff? Do I have any tools and stuff with me?
You've
Or
never sent me
uh,
an item list, I don't think.
I didn't? Oh, well, in that case, yes, I do have a tool.
I have all the things.
Actually,
I
I
won
can
Star
spend a
Wars.
destiny point for that too. I can spend a
You
destiny
have
point for
one
that.
remaining, as long as you have the money.
Yeah, I don't know what. I have a toolkit actually.
I mean,
No, it's legitimately on my list as a toolkit.
oh, there you go. All right, so you,
So
you
yeah, I'm just gonna.
take your screwdriver or whatever and pop that sucker off.
Okay.
It's a flat head, so it's kind of, cutting. It's able to cut a little bit, dig into it.
Yeah.
All right.
All
Anyway,
right. Well then,
what's
I'm
next on the
gonna
agenda?
use my bearings that I got as I was floating down to I guess start heading to the homestead.
Okay. As you're coming up, are you trying to just get there? Are you trying to be stealthy? You're trying to.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to be stealthy and like catch the lay of the land. Um, like hide into the trees like just before the clearing to their homestead just to try to observe what's going on.
Okay. Da, 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 da. All right, it's starting to get a little bit dark, so I'm gonna change. Instead of doing two purple, I'm gonna do one, downgrade the purple to a black and do one black, one purple for your stealth roll.
Okay.
All right, anytime you're ready. All right, you are very stealthy, sir. Nobody sees you.
I'm
Are you
I'm
coming up
naturally good.
to the back door? Are you going to the front door? Where are you headed? And you got plenty
I'm
of
gonna go to the
advantage.
I'm gonna go to the I'm gonna go to the barn where actually I guess with that much advantage, would I probably be able to guess where they keep their speeders at?
Okay.
I could probably
Hey,
like
Ian, I'm gonna mute you
if it's
while we finish Todd up real quick.
um I'm guessing that I could probably tell by the buildings, or maybe the door's even open. I look in and it's like, oh look, there's a swoop bike.
Okay. Yeah, there's a garage adjacent to the house. You peep in there, and everything's so far away on this planet. Everything's kind of like farms and stuff like that. Um, so yeah, there's a swoop bike in there because they need to get around, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna go after. I'm gonna sneak in
In
and get
in
a swoop
fact,
bike.
for all that advantage, there's also like a set of like not overalls or anything, but like some farmer garb. Some
Oh yeah, I'm all about that. I
Okay.
like it. Let's do it. I'm
All
gonna
right.
change.
All right. You switch out um, into some civilian clothes. You hop on your
hmm
speeder, what's now your speeder bike, I guess, and I take it you're heading towards town.
I'm heading towards town, and I'm gonna kind of skirt out. I obviously don't want to just hey, thanks for the bike as I go through the homestead. So I'm gonna almost go back the way I came a
Okay.
little bit and
A
just
little bit
kind of
longer.
hook
All right.
out and yeah.
Okay. All right. So as you come up to town, are you trying to be go around, or are you just gonna go straight in, or where are you headed to a
I'm just
different?
gonna go straight in like I belong there.
Okay. All right. So as you head into town, I mean, it seems like kind of like a old westy kind of town, except it's like a grassland planet. So it's instead of tumbleweeds rolling around, it's actually kind of green and lush. It's
Mm.
at this point, it's getting to be fairly dark. Um, there's kind of a cantina and a general store, and then that little landing area we were talking about before. Um, and you. You headed anywhere specific? Do you just make for the ships? Do you want to see if you can find anybody in a
I probably
particular place?
I probably know Imperial Protocol pretty well. So how much time before they lock this place down? Looking for me.
Um, let's. I won't even make you roll for that. You're knowledgeable about Imperial stuff. I mean, they knew where you were headed. They just have to get to you. Their little fighters just weren't enough to get. They weren't skilled enough to get to that asteroid. So if
Right.
if they were to abandon their mission, they could be at you pretty quick. But if they chose to make sure they got that ship that you were supposed to blow up beforehand, you might have a little bit more time. But it's hard to say.
Right. All right. Well, all
We
right.
we know that they
I'm
don't like
gonna
traitors very
head
well.
to the star field. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna head to the starport and look for something that looks like it could handle itself in a fight. But I'm gonna try to hop on the first ship out of here.
Okay. You see a couple. I mean, everything's more transport kind of orientated. I mean, it's a farming community, so they're more trying to export things and trying to more get cargo and stuff. But you do see an Ugnaught looking like he's starting to prepare his ship for launch. Um, you see he's kind of wandering around. There's the kind of plumes of smoke shooting out of the ship as it kind of jettisons some of the exhaust and everything, and you can hear the engines kind of starting to warm up. Um, Other than that, the spaceport's kind of barren. You see a couple pilots heading towards the cantina, but the Ugnauht's the only one that's like looks like he's getting ready to go.
Okay. So I don't just have Imperial training. Like I said, he's a natural pilot. He loves to fly. He's been doing it his whole life. He's all about spaceships and stuff. So what kind of is this a fast ship that the Ugnaught is loading up, or is it more like the slow tugboat of like is it a 8 to 18 wheeler on its way out?
It's I mean it looks about as junky as the Millennium Falcon does to most people. So you can't quite tell. I mean, some ships got it where it counts, but for I mean, it looks like a cargo hauler. It's not a
Right. Okay.
dogfighter. It you can see that there's a small cannon attached to it, but I mean but at the other time, on the other hand, it's unassuming. So it's not decked out for combat, right? So it's not something that
Right.
people are gonna pull over immediately.
I guess I take a look around, and is there anything else? So obviously, there's not going to be like a warship there, but is there at least some other like freighter there that looks like it's at least prepared to handle pirates a little bit better, or is there a ship there that I recognize as would be a good escape vehicle, or is this ship looking like the best
Well, it's the only one that's
option?
getting prepared to leave. Everything else, like I said, is either powered down, you don't see anybody around it, or the pilots are headed
Right.
off the ship
Oh,
towards the cantina.
right. And I'm considering whether I help myself to their um, ship or not.
Help yourself to the ship? You're not even gonna talk to
Help
them?
myself to their ship, or whether I go and find the pilot and see if I can hitch a ride with them. But like I said, I mean,
Go
my
ahead
guy
and
knows ships pretty well. Is he gonna regret looking on the ship, or is he looking at it going, "Yeah, this looks like it's probably," even though it's the only one ready to leave, it's like, yeah, but that ship over there will probably be give me a better chance of escaping if I can find the pilot.
um, I mean, how fast do you think you can like MacGyver a ship? I mean, first you gotta get aboard, so you gotta unlock the door, and you gotta get up into it. You
Well, I could
gotta
also consider
bypass any
walking to the
security
canteen.
measures. What's that?
I would also consider walking to the canteen and say, "Hey, who owns that ship? I'm looking for a ride out of here." Actually, you
Uh,
know what? No, that's not even true because I don't. I'm gonna go talk to the Ugnaught
you're gonna talk to the
and be
Ugnaught?
like, I'm gonna talk to the Ugnaught.
Okay. Um, all right.
And
He's. I can't really do a piggy voice and make it like something people can listen to, let alone make sense of. Oh, hang on a second.
uh-huh.
I just noticed when Gil got on, he took your camera slot. So, yeah, I'm gonna move you
Give me
over.
my camera slot back.
So we've been watching him silently sit there and judge us. Oh, back to you. Okay. All right. Um, all right. So you go talk to the Ugnaught, uh, and he's. Can I help you?
Yeah, you looking to pick up any passengers to get off this place?
Uh, I do have room for one more. I just picked up a couple stragglers that I didn't think I was gonna get. But I do have room for one more, but only if you're ready to head out right now. We're powering up as we speak.
As long as you got room for my swoop bike, I'm ready to go.
He looks at it and kind of, mm, I suppose if you can pay the extra cargo fee for it.
How much are we talking?
Well, standard delivery fee of personnel is gonna run you probably last minute I'll give you a discount for 500, but if you've got something big like a swoop bike, I'm gonna need another 5.
Oh, $1,000. Come on.
It's not that bad. You couldn't even almost buy your own ship for that.
Oh, come on. Now we both know that's crazy talk. I'm willing to work for it.
Do you know how to work on a ship?
I'm a pilot.
I'm a
I can
pilot.
almost guarantee you I'm better than. I can almost
This is
guarantee
my
I'm a better
ship.
pilot than you.
You won't be flying my ship.
How about 875?
So you're trying to haggle with him?
I am haggling with him.
All right. You want to roll a charm for that?
I don't know. Let me see. I don't think it's gonna matter which one I roll. Do I have any points left? Light side points left?
I believe you have
I do.
one.
I'm using one.
All
Yeah,
right.
I'm gonna put on my best winning smile for him and be like, all right, you know what? Yeah, I get it. It's your ship. You know, I don't wanna step on your toes or anything like that. But yeah, how about 875 for the both of us?
Go ahead.
And then
I don't think that's gonna cut it. It's just too much. I'm really tight on space, and it's gonna take us an extra minute to lift off. If you want to take the bike, I'm gonna need another 500 to get it on board.
all right, well, how about this then? I'll pay the $500 for me. And where I'm going, I probably won't need it, so I'll sell it and I'll split the profits with you 50-50. It'll be worth it's it's worth more than $500. So I can't front the cash, but I'll split the sale of the bike with you and we'll be on our way.
Yeah, I don't know if you're a very good negotiator. I want at least 500. If it's more than 50%, then I just guess it's
500
going
or
to be
50%.
75-25.
All right.
Whatever comes first.
At least 500 credits. 500 credits or half, whichever is more.
That'll work.
All right. I stick out my hand and they grab his hoof, shake it.
All right, get yourself aboard. We'll take care of this swoop bike. All right, we're gonna end it
All
there
right.
because now you'll have met up with everybody else. And all right, I'm gonna stop the stream for a minute, get everything set up, and we'll start going. So stick with us, everybody. We're gonna start the actual campaign now that the prologues are done. Survival of the Free coming up soon. Hang tight.